So you finally got tired of your phone taking control over your life. The hours of mindless scrolling finally made you realize that your brain probably isn't built to watch hundreds of short-form videos a day. But now you can't seem to get out of it. You pick up your phone all the time, even unconsciously. You can't even wait in line, study for 5 minutes, sit on the toilet, or watch a movie without having to look at your phone. Well, this is what we call brain rot, and you might think you're f***ed now that your brain is. But don't worry, because the best part of the brain is that it can change. It can literally unrot itself. And now I'll show you how to do it. The ironic thing is that of all the people who click this video, only 9% will watch it until the end, even though it's the people who choose to click off this video that need it the most. You might be affected by brain rot right now, but don't worry. It may surprise you that attention is like a muscle. So just like people repeatedly bench press and do bicep curls in the gym to become stronger, there are actual exercises that strengthen the brain circuitry for attention. So now it's time to go to the mental gym. What you probably didn't know is that this video is actually your very first exercise. Every time your brain tells you to click off this video, and trust me, it will, but you stay here anyway, you're actually in the mental gym strengthening your attention span and focus. And this is exactly what you came for. So if you click off to watch something more stimulating, you're just giving your brain exactly what it wants, which will only further rot your brain. The next exercise is the very underrated advice of simply being more aware of what you're doing. When you actually start to become aware, you'll be very surprised how much control your subconscious mind has over your actions. This is why you can go from just checking a notification on your phone to pretty much out of nowhere end up scrolling on social media, thinking to yourself, how in the world did I even end here? You have to focus on what you're actually doing, and when you notice the urge to pick up your phone or redirect your focus, all you have to do is resist these urges and focus on your task at hand. Your next exercise isn't something you can go out and do, but something you have to understand. Most people can't stop scrolling because they forget the fact that they are in control. You see, social media isn't forcing you to do anything. No one is forcing you to suddenly spend 2 hours frying your brain on mindless content. Nothing can make you do anything. If you think about it, there are plenty of things out in the world that are really bad for you and really addictive, and yet you're not tempted to go out and consume these things. And this too was the reality once with scrolling social media and consuming garbage content. There was a time where you were in control of your scrolling habits and the constant urge to check your phone. There was a time where you could sit 5 minutes in silence without your brain knocking on your skull, telling you to stimulate it. So stop subscribing to the idea that you are helpless, that you can't control the habit of mindlessly consuming for hours on end. It might not feel like this at times, but I need you to understand that you are in fact 100% in control of whether you pick up that phone or not. Now that you suddenly have a lot of time on your hands because hopefully they're not holding your phone anymore, it's time for your last exercise. And that is learn to sit with it. Because now you suddenly have time to be bored. A lot of it. But this is a very good thing. When you learn to be bored and your mind is not overstimulated with consumption, creativity will flow and you will be able to do things you couldn't sit through before. Because you have to make peace with the fact that most of the things that will bring you progress in life are going to be boring. So once your mind is suddenly confident in a bored state, you will automatically start to do the things you never felt like doing when your brain was a shipwreck in the ocean of mindless content. Learning to sit with it is the hardest part of this entire process, because while creativity might flow when you're bored, so will the thoughts of wanting to pick up your phone. This is way easier said than done, but the only way to learn to sit with it is to actually do it. It literally is all about doing anything else than picking up your phone. And just like that, your first practice comes to an end. I'm sure your mind has wandered several times in this video, but you chose to stay anyway. Good job. You did the one thing that I want you to keep on doing for the rest of your life. You followed through on your promise to yourself.